Alright guys, first I would like to thank you for watching this video and invite you to my channel. Before you do anything, hit that subscribe button. I'll be posting a lot more videos like this. I am going to try to post weekly. So this here, I have been trying to create this series, and it's of these mini villages. I saw this picture on Pinterest of this envelope, and it had a lighthouse coming out of the top of it, and I was so inspired. I've been having this mini village idea in my head for like weeks, and I wanted to put it into something. And if you go check on my Instagram, I did a painting of a water bottle. It was sitting on my desk. I was like, okay, for a rough draft, I'm going to try this. And it actually turned out like really nice. So I decided to keep that as my first painting of the series of my villages. So my second one, I was trying to think for days, actually. It took me to come up with this idea, and it was putting this village in the top of a lamp and almost having like the village be the light of the lamp. And so you can see me here, and I'm kind of just sketching everything out. I don't know, it came to me so easily. It seems like a lot of these paintings that I do have been slightly lopsided, but like Vincent van Gogh said, I always try to do things that I don't think I'm going to be able to do so I can learn how to do them. And this was kind of one of those projects. So the lampshade, I did want to be a little bigger as I was sketching it. I did end up keeping it the size that I originally drew it. I wanted the village, like I said, to be looking as though if it were lighting up the lamp, but about halfway through the sketch, after I added the plants and the bushes, I kind of decided I wanted like a little elevator. And once I started sketching out the elevator, it kind of all came to me that maybe it wasn't necessarily the village that was lighting up the lamp, but the lamp that was like energizing the village. So I'm going to let you guys finish through the sketch, and I will join you back in a second. All right, so now I start to take out my illustration pens, and for this specific piece, I went to Michael's and I got the manga set of the Micron Pigmas, and there is a .05, a .01, .03, or sorry, .1, .3, .5, .8, and then it came with a graphic brush, which they labeled as 1, which is like one of my favorites. And for the outline of the like lamp stand itself, I used the 8, which I really like thick lines because I know they hide like a lot of mistakes. But yeah, my favorite is the graphic. And then the pack also came with a brush pen. And then what you saw me using earlier was the Sakura mechanical pencil, which I totally hated on my boyfriend for like weeks using mechanical pencils because I had this really awesome set of graphite pencils that I was using to sketch. But oh my God, the second I picked up that Sakura, I was in love. I don't know if it was just like the metal mechanical pencil feel, but so yeah, for the outline of the lampshade then I used .1. I did want it to be significantly thinner than the lampstand itself. All right, and now we're going to move on to color. So for this painting, I used the Jackson Richard palette, which it says Collegiate Matte watercolor paints on it, but it's the Jackson Richard palette. And it's the one that I did for my color theory on Instagram. And I decided to do the houses red and orange because I didn't want them yellow because I loved those little bushes that were hanging off of the lamps and I wanted those to be yellow. So I started adding that color in. I learned watercolor completely self-taught, and the biggest tip I could give somebody is you can never start too light because you can start with like adding the most amount of water you could to a color or having color on your palette already and adding a little bit of color and having it as light and as transparent as possible because you can add on, which you can see me do to the vase. So I continue to layer those browns in order to get like a shading effect almost. And I go back quite a few times, and that's the one slight bummer about watercolor is that you do need to let it dry at times. You do need to be using paper towel. For these, I didn't want to use paper towel because I've been trying to focus on these smaller, more simple illustrations so I can just hash out all the facts that I want to stay in the lines. I kind of want it to look messy. I want it to look slightly bled over the paper. So in reality, towards the end of this painting, I was really happy with how it turned out. Like I said, it wasn't everything that I want it to be in the sense that I did want to make the lampshade bigger from the start, but I am so happy that I continued to go through with this and not just paint it halfway and throw it to the side like I tend to do a lot. So again, thank you guys so much for watching. I will post links to my Instagram. Before you leave, don't forget to hit that like button and that subscribe button. Thank you guys for joining me, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the video. Thank you. Just kidding, here I am again. Okay, so I wanted to tell you that you can see the part that I'm painting right now, and I'm painting it blue. That was meant to be like almost like a cup, like a little lake or a bird bath, almost under the like lampshade, under on top of, as part of the lampstand. Oh my gosh, my words are crazy today. And then slight correction from earlier. My biggest tip in watercolor is using the most amount of water you can. And I misspoke when I said put color and then put a little bit of color. I meant on your palette where there are no colors, put a decent glob of water. Then go into your watercolor and add a little bit of color to that glob of water that you just laid down. And that'll allow you to get the most opaque, very light, pale color that you can, because you can always add colors on. So, again, thank you guys for watching. Have a great rest of your day.